UFC strawweight Mackenzie Dern's rise has not been without its bumps in the road, but this BJJ ace clearly has all of the raw materials needed to become a true star for the promotion. So, ahead of her return to UFC Octagon in December for a pivotal rematch against Amanda Ribas, let's take a dive into the career of Mackenzie Dern and chronicle her rise from jiu-jitsu standout to 115-pound UFC title contender. Some fighters find their way into combat sports by chance, or through the most unexpected of paths. As the daughter of the iconic grappler Wellington Megatron Diaz, fighting was in Mackenzie's DNA long before she touched down on the mats. And after taking up jiu-jitsu at just 3 years old, Dern was competing with adults by the age of 14. Naturally, she got her black belt before she was 20, and during her time in BJJ, she became the first woman to win gold in all 5 major BJJ tournaments. She even managed to beat the gargantuan Gabby Garcia, overcoming a huge size difference to edge her out on points. But the allure of the rapidly growing sport of mixed martial arts was calling, and with her grappling legacy set in stone, Dern made the switch to MMA in 2016, scoring 4 straight wins in 16 months to earn a contract with Invicta. And upon landing in her new home, the daughter of Megatron Diaz announced herself onto the scene in style, submitting Kayleen Midrios with a slick armbar in round 3. And that's all it took for Dana White and the UFC to come knocking. Dern had the look, the foundation in BJJ, and was destined to become a hit with the fans. Her debut would see her triumph over Ashley Yoder, but her second outing would bring up a recurring issue in her career. Before signing with the UFC, Dern had already missed weight twice in a row on the regional scene, and ahead of her clash with Amanda Cooper, she came in at a whopping 7 pounds heavy. She still won the bout by first round stoppage, but it certainly tainted the victory. Still, 2-0 in the UFC was a great start. But Dern was about to pick up the first L of her career, losing to Amanda Ribas on the card. A defeat that she will, of course, have the chance to avenge in December. But all hope was not lost, and we were about to see the very best of Dern on this run. First, she put those BJJ skills to use with a slick first round knee bar of Hannah Cyphers. Then followed it up with an armbar against Randa Marcos, also in the first round. And after decisioning Verna Jandiobra, Dern picked up her third finish in 4 fights, submitting Nina Nunes in the dying seconds of round 1. But Dern's promising form was about to give way to a patchy period. Going 2-2 in a division as competitive as 115 pounds is not a death sentence, but Dern's momentum took a real hit when she got bludgeoned by the former champion Jessica Andrade. It just seemed like Mackenzie's progress hadn't brought her striking up to anywhere to the level that you'd expect from a 7-year veteran of the sport. And a follow-up loss to Amanda Ribas to kick off 2024 didn't help matters. But you can't rule out an athlete like Dern, someone who is that decorated in their foundational sport, and when she managed to rebound with a win over Lupi Godinez, it was enough to remind us all that there is still potential there. Through 14 UFC outings, Dern is 9-5 with 6 performance bonuses, and with a chance at revenge against Amanda Ribas ahead of her, there is a top 5 opportunity awaiting the victor. Like Dern, Ribas has had her fair share of ups and downs in recent fights, going 3-4 in her last 7, but she will come with the confidence of having an early win over her rival, making this contest a real test of who has improved more in the last 5 years. We know Mackenzie Dern has the ability to outwork anyone on the ground at 115 pounds. No, not that kind of ground, you pervs. But the main question now is whether she can round her game out sufficiently to become legitimately great. Because if she can, that's a nightmare matchup for the vast majority of strawweights on the roster.